What's going on, everybody? Really quick video here today. I got asked in my Facebook group, is it a good idea to start a resume writing business? And the person who was making this request was working in HR. They had a lot of experience working in recruitment, and they wanted to use that experience of resume writing and make a whole business out of it. Now, I'm going to answer it in two ways. One is you just want to make some passive income, and number two, you want to make full-time income out of this, okay? Now, if you consider the average prices of how much a resume costs, it can be anywhere between $50, $100, $200, or on the really, really high side. If we're talking executives and stuff, we're talking 500 or maybe even 1,000. 1,000 is kind of pushing it, right? So the idea of resume writing is you get enough requests and then you do enough of them and then you make money. Now, because you're making $100 per resume, it's not great money to replace your job. You're not going to do that. If you want to make $3,000 at $100 per resume, how many will you need to make? 30 a month. And good luck finding 30 clients every single month at $100. The other alternative you have is to do really high executive level resumes. Let's assume you're at the top chain level of the $1,000, right? If you're doing that, that's actually pretty good money, $1,000. But again, you're going to have to find really specific clients who want to pay $1,000 to have their resume done. I know people who do that. And if you want to do 5 hours of work and make $5,000, that's fantastic. But I don't know too many people who can find clients who will pay $1,000 for a resume. Is it possible? Absolutely. What do I recommend for the average person? The average person sells their resume writing services for around $100 to $200. That's where it falls. Throw in a cover letter in there, maybe it'll turn to $300, but that seems to be the average, maybe even on the higher side. So if you want to make a full-time income off of resume writing, not the most lucrative thing to do. The other thing to note is the more projects you get, the more time you're consuming. So if you have an hour you take per resume and you have 10 resumes a week, that's 10 hours of your time. Not to mention you're doing the same thing over and over again. I work with about 22 to 25 career coaches right now, and I can tell you a majority of them do not like doing the resume writing bit. Of all the things they like doing, the resume writing is not a part of it, and what a good chunk of them will also do is repurpose that to someone else. They'll outsource it because they simply don't enjoy doing it. So if you want to do the same thing over and over and over and again and have it consume more of your time, you can. Not something I teach. I teach you to build a coaching business where you're focusing on $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 services, and instead of focusing on how do I sell this $100 resume, you focus on how do I sell this $2,000, $3,000 package. Because think about it, if you have two things you're selling, one's $100, one's $2,000, where should our efforts be? Obviously, the one that brings you the most amount of money. The other thing is the amount of time it will take you to find enough clients that will give you a full-time salary worth of resume writing jobs is going to be an insane amount, right? Getting 30 people every single month, not to mention 30 people agreeing with you. So maybe you actually talk to 60 people, and out of 60 people, 30 people buy. So you can see how time-consuming it is, and it's not a great way of making an income. As opposed to so that same amount of calls, but the amount you make per client is significantly higher. Now, I want to share something with you. I have an entire PDF called the 10 Steps to 10K, which shows you from scratch how do you get your first paid client from your coaching business to closing it, start to finish, and how you can actually make this $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? So should you do resume writing? I'm just a proponent of starting a career coaching business instead. I feel like it's much more lucrative. You get much better results. You're not just giving someone a resume and that's it. I feel like if you want to do resume writing, I know people who do it, but they do it because they have a full-time job and they want to make a little bit of money on the side. They don't make big money. If you want to do $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 months like my clients have been doing, again, you can check that out in the description, all of my client results, then move into starting a coaching business at around $2,000, $3,000. That's what I'm a proponent of. Again, check out that PDF. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Take care.